You see, when I was a kid, you see, okay, so when I was a kid, me and my friends, we did a lot of things, right? So the back of my building, three Knightsbridge, the building three, the back of it, there's a park, and then there's a creek, and then where the creek is, it's like a long stretch creek. Like I'm telling you, this you'd have to. It's like a 10 minute, over 10 minute walk. Like I mean, over like 20-minute walk, walking from one side, from that side I'm talking about, all the way to the side where it ends, where the where you see Mackenzie Towers is. Those buildings. So anyway, so so we used to, okay, at the tunnel, right? There's two tunnels and there's a creek going off. Okay, anyway, so where the tunnel was, we used to, there was crayfishes and sometimes fishes going by, but crayfishes, we always used to get the crayfish. We used to trap them, scoop them up, keep them in the, like, a little plastic container box. And I don't know, we used to like try to, I don't know, but like I remember like, and then also like, okay, so there's a baseball diamond. Okay, so behind 4 and 10 Knightsbridge is a park, and then beside the park there's a, like, a playground park, and then there's baseball diamond beside that, behind 10 and 4 Knightsbridge. So right there, like, we used to build clubhouses right there. You know, we used to use pine cones as currencies, man. The green pine cones was like the gold more than the brown pine cones. And I remember one time when we were play fighting, my friend Jason, the green pine cone, the man chucked it at Ronald, this young kid I know, man. Man got hit right here. Man started bawling out, dog, crying. You know, and so yeah, so when we went there, like in the summertime, like there's a lot of like trees and all that, leaves, right? Like leaves. So we used to like just open it like this. And we used to just go in there. It's like the way how it looked like in there. It was like we did some cutting. We cut up some branches and did some trimming. And I'm telling you, it was like we had our own rooms in there, man. It's like it was that bad. Like we used to play from the morning to the late night, and we used to go back every time in the summertime, man. Then I used to go home, take a bath, a shower, eat something, sleep. We'd wake up. We'd all meet up on either my floor, LaShawn's floor, or Jamie's floor. Jamie and Tim were brothers. They lived on the 7th floor. LaShawn, he lived on the 25th floor. But my floor is the main floor. Mans came and linked up with each other. 27th floor, which is me, Jason, Jonathan, and Jason. Me, Jason, Jonathan, yeah. So we always used to meet up there, man. We used to go out, have so much fun, you know. Like when people were gonna leave in the elevators, we used to press the button and we just used to run off and hide. So the man comes like, "Yo, what's up, man?" We used to do it again and again and again and again, man. Oh, bad. Like also, okay, so yeah, so where the tree line was, there was this long ass branch. There was this long branch that was flexible, hanging off this long, thick, like a foundation thickness. So we used to swing on that, man. Like, and we used to do some moves in the air, jump on each other and stuff. And now the library. Now we used to go to the library. We used to, before, like, now you have to use a card, your library card, to get out your papers. But no, you didn't need that. So man, we just before we left, we would leave porn sites on, the volume up, or like when they had no volume, we just leave it playing, the video of girls getting fucked in the ass or whatever. And then after we would we would print the pictures. So next thing you know, we put 150, and next thing you know, the whole thing is printing, and then people. So anyway, so in the library, it's a building, and in the building there's a big ass building. There's a recreation center and all that, right? Cafeteria and Yazima. So there was a theater in it, like a big ass theater, man. Man used to sneak in it. We used to go like this. Wow, the thing, and then the security guard, the ushers, or bouncers, whatever. And, yo, figo right now. You know, they like, yo, you gotta go. So we did this all the time, man. Like, one time we were young, we got the condoms and shit, right? And we used to like put it on our dick, just to like, test it out and stuff. I know it's pretty weird, but and then back of our bill, we used to get balloons. We used to fill them up in the laundry room in Three Knightsbridge. We filled them up with water, tie it up, and we just chuck it, fling it at anybody, man. Random people on the street, we just fling it and we'd run off, man. And like, one time the ice cream truck came. This is when I got a little older, when I was in high school, but the mandem is like, yo, let me get a free ice cream. Man's like, nah. So next thing you know, everybody's picking up a rock, and we're just flinging it, chucking it. We don't care if we broke the glass, man. We don't care if the window's down on the side, it hits him in the head. Doggy, yeah, man, you zim, man, dog. We're just throwing it. Like, it was getting, like, the whole thing was sprayed up with rocks, man. But yeah, man, and those days, man, like, and you know where the library was? The library, right, across from the city center. You see how there's a parking lot now? Before that, there was an ice ring. So there was an ice ring, and in the middle of the ice ring, there's this thing, brown thing, like a barrier, and inside, there's rocks going up, some down, some up, some down, on, those type of rocks. How do I explain them? But we used to climb them all the time, man, like. But yeah, man, those days, man. Anybody watching from back in the days, we have to get back together, man. You know what I'm saying? Jamie, Jason, Jonathan, Tim, Andrew, LaShawn. And who else? Because now I realize now, since we're kids, we all don't want to talk. Some of us don't want to talk with each other because some of us, we all did our hustling thing. We're hustling now. Some mans are hustling. Some mans they moved out the city. Still in the province, to move to a far city. Mans don't want to be around because they don't like, but come on, man. We got to look past that, man. Yeah, man. We got to look past that, man. We grew up together, childhood friends. At least let's have a reunion. Like a family reunion. Let's get back together. Do it like once a year, man. It's not hard, man. Let's all get back together before it's too late. Before we don't want to be around each other, man. Man, I remember those days, man. Whenever I'm by myself, I cry. Like, I always go back to the neighborhood, and I always walk around, and I just look at the places we used to play fight and everything, man. Had fun. But what I would do is still keep in contact with everybody, But some people just have that ignorant attitude. They don't want to be around mans anymore, so it's like, whatever, man. But, yeah, man, people out there, man, like, I don't know, man, like, but anyways, so, I remember, like, I remember we used to play fight, I remember, okay, you know where Central Park is in Knightsbridge, the intersection? There's a flower bed. And we used to, like, just play fight on that, man. See who can stay on the longest and stuff like that. Like, we used to do, like, I'm gonna start, where do I end, man? I remember one time, this was the early 2000s, the whole city was in a blackout. The whole Brampton had a whole blackout. Because if it happened it happened everywhere. It could have been in Toronto, Mississauga, Malton, wherever. But when this thing on, we had a flashlight. We all got together for somehow, I don't know, but so what we would do is we would just go on and bang on people's doors, man, and then we'd hide in the dark because they can't see us. And since my friend is African, you couldn't see him, man. Nah, but seriously, man, like, yeah, man. Those were the best. No, I remember that blackout, man, was fun, man. Like, we were banging on doors and we were having fun. The elevators weren't working and stuff. And I remember one time, right? Steven, right? This guy, brown guy, Steven, right? Guyanese guy. So his sister, older sister, my actually friend, like, we actually looked at her like she was good looking because she's older than us. We're kids. So she's on the phone resting, right? She's at the side, the strip side of Three Knightsbridge. So she's resting her hands on the rail, like resting like this, and she's on the phone. So my friend pinched her ass, and she's like, "You fucking kids!" And then like she chased us. I can't lie, man. She chased us, but also my friend Tim. we had like Tim and Jamie, like we all came to his house sometime. This guy, Tim, loved Raymond Simone. Like this guy actually went to the city center when she was there that time, early 2000s. He actually had flowers, dressed nice. She didn't even pay attention to the band, dog. But yeah, someone drew a mustache on the poster in his room. I don't know who it was. And next thing you know, he comes and he's like, "Who did this? Who did that? Who did?" Man, like, wow, now I feel all geeky now, but yeah, man, those days, man, I miss those days, man. Those days, if don't worry, man, when we die and we go to heaven, God can do this for us. Like, yo, God, can you do this? Can you do this for me? What do you want, my son? What do you want, my son? Yeah, I was wondering if you can, on that TV right there, my son. Yeah, what you want to do this for me? I want to see when I was a kid. No problem. Because I believe in heaven, we're gonna want whatever we want. There's gonna be a screen like this, big that the naked eye, you know, the eye, and then flashbacks can come to you like that. You know, but we're always gonna have those memories in us, no matter what. Don't forget about that, man. People can like, dog. You're always gonna remember. You're always gonna remember those times. That's what I'm telling you guys. Anyways, I'm out.